Family's newly built dream home in Hawaii is destroyed by the Kilauea volcano just 2 weeks after they moved from California. A California family's newly built dream home in Hawaii has been destroyed by the state's erupting volcano just 2 weeks after they moved to the Big Island. Jon Parr said he had spent the last 10 years preparing to move his wife, Zusje, and their 2 sons from Santa Cruz, California, to Hawaii. They sold their home in Santa Cruz to their dream home in Lanipuna Gardens for precisely 2 weeks before they were forced to evacuate when the Kilauea volcano erupted on May 3, eventually causing fissure number 20 to open just 200 feet from their home. "We were living the dream for 2 weeks, Jon, who owns an aquaponics consulting business, told NBC. "We'll get back there, we had a taste." The Parr's eldest son, Jon Parr, told SF-Gate, "My mom was having a really hard time, so that has kind of been the hardest part, is just watching my parents have a hard time with losing everything." His mother and younger sibling were forced to evacuate their new home within hours of the eruption while TJ and his father were still in California. Since their home was destroyed, the family moved back to a rental house in Monterey. The Parr family told SF-Gate that they purchased the home in a foreclosure sale. Jon said their insurance that would cover the damage won't kick in for another 6 months. A GoFundMe account set up for the Parr family has raised more than $19,000 that will go toward helping the family get back on their feet. The Parr family aren't the only ones who have been left heartbroken from the loss of their home. Noah Friend, his fiancée Chantal Picaro, and their 2 children Naya, 12, and Noah, 11, returned home this week to find their property perched dangerously on top of a massive 10-foot wide crack. They visited the property in the Lanipuna Estates subdivision on Hawaii's Big Island briefly on Monday. The family found the huge crack, which runs 500 feet through the backyard and directly under the home, threatening to swallow the property whole. Tiny cracks started to appear after the family were first evacuated earlier this month when earthquakes occurred as a result of the erupting volcano. "Every time we would go home it either grew in width or in length. With every tremor and every earthquake it's opening up the crack even more," a devastated Picaro told the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. "There's a possibility the crack might get so wide the house could collapse and fall in." Her fiancé Noah has lived in the home since 1991 and he inherited it from his father 13 years ago when he started his own family. "It's just heartbreaking. There's so many memories in that house. This is very devastating for our whole family, even our children. They grew up there. It's the only home they knew," Picaro said. "We're all heartbroken." Friend had helped his father build the home in the Lanipuna Estates when he was just a child. "My father-in-law, all his hard work and sweat. He wanted to pass it on to his son hoping that he would pass it on to his children," Picaro said. "He's hurting the most." The family were among the 2,000 residents to evacuate a few weeks ago when the volcano first erupted on May 3. They took photographs and important documents with them, but left everything else behind. Since then, the house has shifted about 4 feet and now leans to one side. The rest of their belongings have been destroyed by sulfur dioxide as a result of the eruptions. Their neighbor Tam Hunt shared footage on Facebook of the huge crack threatening to swallow the home. Hunt's home is still intact but the crack also runs through his yard, which means he will never be able to live there again. He only bought the home last year. "I knew it was covered by lava hundreds of years ago, but I didn't expect it to happen a year after I bought my home," Hunt said. "You're playing the odds. I'm in this weird limbo state where my house is not destroyed but I can't use it. It's a weird place to be in. Everybody's trying to figure out how to rebuild and how to recover from this." A family friend have started a GoFundMe page for the family of 4 to help cover costs. Ash has continued to spew out from the summit of a Hawaii volcano amid intermittent explosions. Scientists said Thursday that ash emissions from Kilauea volcano on Hawaii's Big Island reached 6,000 feet but quickly dispersed. The ash is settling in small communities that are downwind. Trade winds are blowing the ash to the southwest. Volcanic gas emissions at the summit remain high, and the high levels increase the potential for volcanic smog that's called VOG. Emissions are also high at fissures that began opening up earlier this month in communities about 25 miles from the summit. Lava continues to erupt in 2 evacuated subdivisions. Hawaii County has ordered about 2,000 people to evacuate from Leilani Estates and surrounding neighborhoods since the eruption began on May 3. The volcano has opened more than 20 vents in the ground that have released lava, sulfur dioxide and steam. The lava has been pouring down the flank of the volcano and into the ocean miles away. Since the eruption, 50 buildings, including about 24 homes, have been destroyed. 1 person was seriously injured after being hit by a flying piece of lava. Scientists managed to capture rare images of blue flames burning from cracks in the pavement as the Kilauea volcano gushes fountains of lava in the background. Volcanoes produce methane when hot lava buries and burns plants and trees. The gas flows through the ground and up through existing cracks. The methane can seep through cracks several feet away from the lava. It can also cause explosions when it's ignited while trapped underground. Officials said Wednesday that lava spatter from the erupting volcano is creating a wall that's helping protect a nearby geothermal plant. U.S. Geological Survey scientist Wendy Stovall said lava erupting from a vent closest to Puna geothermal venture is shooting higher than lava coming out of other vents. She says it's also producing the highest lava wall, which is blocking molten rock from flowing north toward the plant. Residents have been concerned about hazards if lava flowed over the plant's facilities or if the molten rock heated chemicals at the plant. Officials shut down Puna geothermal shortly after Kilauea began erupting.